Welcome to Olympian Cares, giving you the best in water testing and analysis. Today we're looking at Long Island business news. And Long Island sound quality water has been showing some concerns. We're going to take a look into this and see what's going on. The 2022 Long Island Sound report card is out. It was released last week, and the report revealed that the water quality improvements are leveling off and featured concerns about rising water temperatures. This is according to the biennial report from the Safe the Sound, a nonprofit environmental organization based in Larchmont. The organization has compiled water testing results from Long Island Sound over the past 14 years. And from 4 years of testing, more than 50 bays and bay segments in the region. So they've done quite an expose of the surrounding areas and taken time to really analyze everything. What did they find? We're finding the evidence that investment in clean water infrastructure leads to measurable benefits for Long Island Sound. David Ansel, Regional Director of Water Protection for Save the Sound, said in a statement, "It's also clear that there is much more to be done, particularly in stressed bays throughout the length of the Sound, as well as in the Western Sound." The report offers a letter grading system. Highlights from the report revealed both good news and bad news. So what was happening? While some portion of the Sound earned A grades, others did not fare very well. Some of the concerns they had, the organization found trends towards improving open water quality have stalled in several portions of the Sound, and poor grades in bays have persisted. It also revealed that the previous gains in water quality may be threatened by rising water temperature in Long Island Sound. According to Save the Sound, those rising water temperatures can trigger damaging impacts on the marine environment. Rising temperatures increase the risk for hypoxia, levels of low oxygen in the water. And the warmer the water, the less oxygen it is able to hold. And that's a significant concern. Not only is that going to affect marine life, but it can also affect drinking water. And that's something that needs to be tested for. According to the Save the Sound, many longtime residents of the region remember the severe hypoxic conditions that plagued the Sound back in the 1970s and 80s, when fish kills were commonplace between Bridgeport, CT, and New York City. Still, there were some hopeful signs about Sound's future, including good indicators about the eastern section, which has responded to protection efforts. And even the western portion of the Sound, the work toward reducing nitrogen pollution are having a positive impact, which is demonstrated by positive improvements in the open waters of New York City. So there's a lot of challenges that Long Island still has to come through. The good thing is it is steadily improving. And we've seen the grades. Now, some of the specifics to take a look at are the compilation of 14 years of data showed that the coordinated efforts in not only conservation, but also in improved wastewater treatment aided in cleaning the Sound. And that is all a positive measure. The waters of eastern Long Island Sound continue to register high marks driven by strong tidal exchange with the Atlantic Ocean and lower population density relative to areas further west, according to the report. The Eastern Basin and the Central Basin of the Sound received A+ and A grades. Yet, after years of gradual improvement, particularly in the late 2010s, the Western Basin and East Narrows stalled at B+ and C grades. So there are still some areas of concern. There's still some areas that might need additional testing and additional analysis. And that finding has prompted science advisors reviewing the data to warn about the potential for regression. The Western Basin and the Eastern Narrows represent a large area of the Sound from Bridgeport on the Connecticut shoreline and the Port Jefferson on the Long Island shoreline to New York. As in previous years, the Western Narrows of Long Island Sound received an F. So there are some areas that are very bad. Yes, there are some areas that got A+, but if you're in one of these areas, that is cause for concern. Even if they got an F a while ago and they're still improving, there's still some issues to be resolved. Experts saw potential for improvement, nothing that substantial financial investment in nitrogen reduction. Area sewage treatment plants appears to have a gradual positive effect. So there is positive effects, but what I will say overall is this. If you're in one of these areas in Long Island, and you're looking at these reports, some of them do seem to be good as they're moving as an upward trend. But there's also some other problems as well. So we need to take this all in stride and say that if I'm in one of these areas, then I might want to get my water tested. And it's still a good idea, even if it got an A+, to get your water tested just to make sure there's no additional contaminants or problems with the water if you're in the Long Island area.